Oh shit! Oh, that was scary.
What?
I forgot I have magnets on my hard drive.
What do you have on your...
Oh. I had magnets on my hard drive and it was kind of screwing
why
with
are
it.
you doing this? This is like putting papers over a candle.
I don't know. Anyway, so this is round 4 of the GP4 Nations Cup coming live to you from Imola. The starting grid for today's race: Jackie Stewart on pole with Mika Hakkinen coming in second place for GPS R-Line. Alain Prost is currently running third, while Nigel Mansell, Jackie Stewart's teammate for Generic Racing, is P4. Mario Andretti for Scuderia Prima runs 5th, while the first Audi driver, Ralf Schumacher, is currently running in 6th. Sergei Sorokin for the Russian team is coming from Marker Baltic Tank. Giacomos Agostini is P9, while Danny Kvyat for the Russian team is P10. Toby Stibbles for West Audi currently sits in 11th, while Matthias Ekstrom was completely off the pace of his teammate and he starts from 12th. Fernando Alonso sitting in P13 for Red Bull, while Jean Alesi is in 14th, again off the pace of his teammate. Robert Kubica starts from 15th, remember he's the reigning champion from pre-season. Luciano Berti for the Brazil team currently in 16th, while Marco Martin and Tony Kanaan make up P17 and P18 represent Robert Lucas and Diego Monteiro are on the penultimate row of the grid, while we have Andreas Zuber and Tarso Martinez rounding out the grid for Arab Energy and Brazil NC respectively.
This is how the video is going to be called. Tarso Marquez? No, Tarso Martinez. So, and the track is wet, it seems. It's still raining.
This could be an interesting race for strategy.
Maybe because the track
you have late rain.
Down. So
you have late rain and then dry and then rain again.
This could going to be really interesting. And I could also play in the cards of Alonso, Kubica, the ones who are really strong in the races. But let's see what they are going to do.
Here we go then, to the grid. Your commentary team today is the Zora line and Carlos Sainz himself. Here we go.
I still remember that we two did the first round back in pre-season together.
Yeah, throwback.
Memories.
Let's take a... Oh, she's clutching out anyway for me. Okay everyone, we're on the starting grid here. Lights on the counter. We've all done the formation lap. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 red light, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Right, so and away we go, and that's a decent start there for Jackie Stewart, with Mika Hakkinen falling right behind him here for Arlene and Generic Racing respectively, as they all come trundling into the first corner, and it looks like everyone got away cleanly, as it's the Arlene car. Well, Jackie Stewart and the Arlene car fighting for P1 here, with Prost running in third here.
Well, it seems like the one of the primos was able to snatch P5.
Was that a car? Did I see debris? Did I see debris?
Well, I don't know.
I don't think it.
I think we.
I don't think I did.
Well, on my timesheets, nobody is at the end of the grid and behind everyone else, so I don't think there was any. There weren't any crashes, and I think it's the first time that we ever had to start without any touches between two cars. So clean start from all professional drivers. So
as they come into the downhill section here. Remember, most of these drivers are retired though, so we don't actually know how good they are. Danny Kvyat falling behind a Scuderia Prima here. That looks to be Agostini.
Yeah, it's Agostini behind him. It's Kvyat who is attacking him, and here we have a beautiful view back from Stewart's cockpit, looking back to his contra-hands who could snatch the win away from him.
So let's have some fan reactions here. Imola GP4, take my babies, Jackie. I love you taking P1. Hashtag Imola GP4, Nigel better remain good in the
And
race.
Asma just gone off. Asma just gone off. And
Asma's gone off, and I think he's just touched a Prima.
No,
He's sitting in
no.
9th. He touched Agostini.
I think Schumacher was able to pass the Prima because of his mistake, and now also one of the Russian Racing just passed him.
Come on. Imola GP4, if Jackie bottles again, there will be big trouble. From Thomas123, thank you for that. This has been a very exciting start here in the second race, as I think this is Prost trying to make a move on Hakkinen. On board here with Toby Stibbles, the GOAT himself. He's currently running in 15th, so he must have dropped a few places from the start.
Oh, he did.
As they come into the uphill section here, reminds me of Eau Rouge, actually, that's Radion actually. As they come into the chicane here, it's going to try and follow in the slipstream as they go into the downhill section, one of the greatest sections on this track for overtaking. Focusing on Zuber here for Arab Energy Motorsport.
And we have a yellow flag.
Oh, yellow flags! Oh, it seems to be okay, as someone crashed.
No, it doesn't seem so. I think one car was just being out off the track for a brief moment, so nothing happened.
Looking at Agostini here, running in P7. Pretty good start from him there. The grid seems to have stabilized here, so we would like you all to know that if you want to ask the commentators questions, just hashtag MLGP4, or if you just want to say something on stream, hashtag MLGP4, and we'll take a look at them.
Also, shoot out to Alesi, who gained 4 positions since the start and is now in the points.
Well done to Alesi. So your top 10 is Stewart, Hakkinen, Prost, Mansell, Andretti, Sirotkin, Agostini, Kvyat, and Alesi.
Asma and Alesi.
So both Audi cars. Asma and Alesi. So you have Audi cars dropped at the top 10 after both qualifying there.
Well,
except Stibbles, he qualified P11. My stream is lagged. Like, it's completely stuck now. I'm stuck on board with Hakkinen. I'm blind.
Okay, then just wait for a few seconds till it comes back. For me, it's all working, and one of the Brazilian CNC cars just rammed Lucas.
I think that was Marquinhos? Sorry for his name, Marquinhos?
It was Marquez.
He's got front wing damage. He's gonna have to pit here. He wants to continue here.
He just drove into the back of Lucas, so this is going to be investigated by the stewards. And here we have Alesi trying to move on Asma, but he couldn't make it stick.
And Hakkinen here, being followed closely by Prost. This could turn out to be an interesting battle. And Marquez is in the pit lane, and so is Lucas. This is going to be interesting here. Who's going to come out in front of each other?
I think Lucas will come out behind Marquez because he got rear wing damage, and this is way harder to repair. I hear you typing all the time.
I'm just saying that I'll investigate all the incidents later that crop up.
You can send me and we have Stuart in the wall. Stuart is in the wall.
Stuart bottles. Just as Thomas123 says, what happened? Has Jackie bottled? Jackie Stewart has bottled into the wall here.
Oh no, he can still keep going.
No, he continues. He continues.
As if he continues with this damage.
This is absolutely insane. As Hakkinen leads, and Schumacher and Alonso trying to make a move on Schumacher, and I think he got it done there.
And there we have Lucas, dead last. 5 seconds behind Marcus, like I said. You don't need to put that in caps. We know what you mean.
What the fuck? This is crazy! I've never seen anything like this in my life!
So we have Hacken in P1, Prost in P2, and Mansell in P3.
Imola GP4, Lucas doing an amazing job. Yes, Lucas is doing an amazing job after getting that rear wing damage. He's running in 22nd.
He really does.
Lap 5 of 37 here at Imola. And so far we've had a semi-decent race. On board here with Toby Stibbles running in 14th after those two cars pitted. Wait, no, it would have been because he overtook Jackie Stewart. And Kubica is following right behind him. Two rivals here.
We have another yellow sector, but
what's going on? It's hit the chicane at the top of the hill.
Lucas is out.
Lucas is out. Lucas is out.
The damage was too much, I think. He needed to get the car off the track. Yeah, Ian has no visible damage. This car was too damaged.
No, I think it's that suspension failure.
No, it wasn't a suspension failure.
Suspension failure.
It was, his car had too much damage, and he wasn't able to continue on. And Prost is closing into Häkkinen. While Kubica is trying to make a move on one of the Audis, and Schumacher is now back into the points.
Arline, at some point, when this race is over, I'm going to want you to save the replay. Is there replay files in GP4?
Huh?
Is there replay files in GP4?
Only for the last minute. While the race is going on.
Get out of the way of Kubica, please.
I'm always downloading past streams on Mixer.
Okay, that makes sense, cause like if there's a replay, right? Okay, I'll just take it from Mixer.
And another yellow flag, but
yellow flag.
That's gonna stand again. So
we had an invader of the call here by Claire. Thomas123 says, "Where is Jackie and Nigel now?" Good question. Answer: Stewart is running in 21st, and Nigel Mansell's running in P3, as he appears on screen. Hold on, Claire. I just said that, and no, I'm not letting not letting him through.
But I think
let's go Stibbles. Speaking of which, here's Toby Stibbles on board here as he comes hurtling towards the first corner. Kubica's only 0.091 seconds behind him, so we should be able to see a couple of overtakes as I reach rank 12 in the Nations Cup stream.
Well...
Nope, and stream lagged again.
There we have
professional commentary. Brought to you by Science Solutions. It's always a smooth operation.
One of the comment from Maurits. Did I see a Lotus in P1? Yes, you did. The Aura line Lotus is leading. How it's supposed to be.
Thomas123 says, if Jackie doesn't recover 2 points, then he may be yeeted. Swear word, little swear word.
Swear word, little swear word.
Beep, little beep. Okay, come on, stream, please work. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, my stream is working perfectly, so I'm...
I'm on 1 bar of internet on this phone. That might be why.
Well, that's unfortunate. And there is one of the Arab energies yeeting into the wall.
Arab energy, again. Arabian energy. We love to see it.
The only team pointless to this point. Even Baltic Tax has a point.
You know when Baltic Tax has a point in Arab energy done. Thomas123 says, why can't both my drivers have a good race for once? Answer, because they're both shit.
The Stewart is trying to make a move on Marcus. Let's see if he's able to...
Oh no. This could be bad for commentary. Let's go back. Mixer was saying that I have to try again later to see the stream. Apparently I will not have the stream right now, unless it loads.
Well, it's not me. I can stream and watch it without any problems. With similar speeds than you, so... And
Oh.
Prost just sets the fastest lap, and now Mansell, and now Andretti, everyone sets the fastest lap. Who wants? Here's the fastest lap, get it.
Oh, there's a dry line forming on the track though. Is it time to switch to dries? Are we going to start seeing pit stops? The stream just loaded back up and it's frozen again. So I guess I'll play my guitar in the background till it fixes itself.
Beautiful. Okay. I think Stuart just sets the fastest lap. I didn't saw it exactly, but...
I mean, I'd love to know, but like, I can't. You will not have. I was told by the Ferrari race engineers that I will not have the stream. Apparently, I will though, because apparently I'm still on board. Is it correct that we're still on board with the car? They just went for the hairpin, or am I like massive mega? Are you on board with Morton right now?
Yeah, we are.
Good. Good. There's a dry line forming on track though, and I don't see any rain. However, there's still spray, Monterio says. Okay, so Audi Team Radio. Okay, guys, I need more power. I don't know, I don't even know where I am in the race right now, but like, I need more power. I wanna like start moving up. Am I allowed more power? You are not allowed more power. We are saving more power for the last 10 laps. You are not allowed more power. Copy.
So
Radio there from Stibbles.
So they want to give Stibbles the power when the track completely dries down, so...
And Kubica sets fastest lap.
Well, he's
Schumacher running in 10th, he's got a single point for the team.
There we have Mansell just...
There is a dry line.
There is, and the drivers are trying to follow it as fast as they can. And we have a question by Roberts. How many marshals has there been killed already in this championship? Why should there be marshals killed? No, marshals weren't killed in this championship until this point. While we watch Agostini followed by Kvyat. And back to Mansell. He isn't far away of Prost. But Prima is also in his back, so... He needs to keep going, and...
Okay, so, oh shit, what the fuck was that? So, in our, Imola GP4, Thomas123 says, so when does someone say Nigel fucks it as well? Clear response of, ha 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 ha. As Nigel Mansell has just gone off and lost his front wing. Spooky. Maybe Thomas123 is just giving the order.
There is Stibbles. He doesn't seem to struggle. And I'm hearing myself. Wait, what did I miss? Nigel's just gone off and lost his front wing? Is Claire fucking with me again? And there we... Alonso is currently fighting against Schumacher. That would have been a beautiful overtake, but Schumacher was able to fight back. And no, Mansell didn't do any mistakes, so... And why I'm saying that Schumacher did good, he is bottling it and is driving off the track. And now Stibbles is behind him. Let's see if there will be any team orders by Audi. Oh, okay, so, Sainz needs to go. I'm alone. Beautiful. So... No. Mansell is still P3. Don't let yourself get fooled by one of our fans. So we are now watching one of our lines. in front of him is one of the Red Bulls, so we should be Matthias Ekström they are currently following. Happy. It's funny how I said I wouldn't say a word today, but now I'm left alone again, but okay. Still don't worry, Science, if you are still hearing me, so... Now, Stuart tries to make a move on Marcus, but he's stuck behind him. And there's Mansell on an attack by Andretti. Mansell just doesn't seem to be fast enough, and Prost is just fast as lightning and just doesn't get hacking and get away. Oh, let's see if Mansell is handling the pressure well, or better than Jackie Stewart did. The track continues to dry down, even if we still have a bit of rain. Prost is now getting away of Mansell because he needs to defend against the Prima behind him. Did we have a Prima podium until this point in Season 1? I don't think so. Both Andretti and Agostini currently have 12 points, so that would help Prima a lot if they are getting a podium. But now it seems that Mansell is getting away again, and now the Prima's under attack by Kvyat in P5. Behind that is Agostini, and behind that is Shirokten, so it could be a fun fight about the podium after the second stint after everyone pitted. There's still currently P14, nothing has changed there. And behind him is Kubica. Pretty poor race by him until this point, but maybe he gets it right with the second stint like he did last race. Maybe it's also the conditions that the car isn't handling well. Prost still P2. There's Asma under attack by Lacey, who's still charging through the field coming from P14. I think he's, until this point, the driver of the day. And there is Asma, who is bottling it for Baltic tanks. Well, that's a bummer for the team principal, Nick Debris. Asma could have scored some points, but he put it into the wall and... Something happened to Andretti too, or did he pit it? What happened to Andretti? Why is he moving down the grid? I don't know actually. So Asmus out. Stewart also was able to pass Marquez now. Is now P18. Where did Andretti end up now? Shirokten on P4, Agostini P5. Kvyat P6, Andretti P7. Something happened to Andretti because he just lost 3 positions. And Devils nearly bottled it there going into the chicane. The track is really drying down. It's only a matter of time until we see the first people on dry tires. Lacey P8, behind him Alonso, who is now under attack by Ekström. Lacey is now trying to make a move on the Prima, and it seems like Andretti isn't putting up much of a fight, and I think that's an engine failure by the Prima again. Again, the Prima engine just blew up. There we see the smoke by the engine. It's the third time now that the Prima just DNF because of an engine failure. That's a bummer. So now she rocked in this in P4, but there are now lots of mistakes made because they are driving on wet tires with wet tires on the dry track. So this is causing problems for the drivers. Now one of the Primas trying to make a move on Chirocton, but he isn't able to make a stick, and is now under attack by the teammate, by Kviat, running in P6. Hakkinen now under attack by Prost in P2. Mansell is now waiting for an opportunity in P3. While Kubica heads the fastest lap again. Well, he continues to set fastest laps, but it doesn't.
Watch out for debris.
And there is a tire failure by one of the Red Bulls. I couldn't see if it's Montero or... And Hakkinen is bottling it! What the hell's now going on here? The conditions are worsening because of the tires and the conditions. And now Hakkinen is bottling it too. That now means that Prost is in the lead. Prost is in the lead with Mansell in P2 and Chirocton in P3. And Agostini P4 and Kviat in P5. A really strong result until this point by the Russian racing cars, but I don't want to jinx them. They desperately need a good result. They are the runner-ups in the preseason, or they were, behind the preseason Constructor Champions FVR. So they looked fast going into the season, but... And now also Tony Kanaan is out. These conditions are really troubling for all the drivers on the grid, but this car really is in the way there. I hope it can be pushed off the track real quick. So, Tony Kanaan is out. And Prost sets the fastest lap again. Chirocton a P3 still, and Kviat is trying to make a move on the Prima, and he's still behind him. Stibbles is now under attack of Kubica. Stibbles is now under attack because with Kubica behind him. Now Prost is leading again. That's a picture we get way too often in the championship, but the drivers in front of him are bottling it all the time, and he just don't make mistakes, and that's what gets him so high on the grid. It's a bit of luck, it's a bit of skill, it's a bit of everything. So Stibbles would get a point at this point, and now we have Kviat leading. We have a Russian Racing 1-2 at the moment, but it's only because Prost now pitted. And Nigel 2, Ekstrom 2, Lacey now on P2. Nearly everyone is pitting at this point. With now Stibbles running in P5. So Lacey now P2.
Hit at the end of this lap.
We're on board with Lacey, and I think his race engineer just said that he needs to pit at the end of this lap. He needs to pit at the end of this lap. I think something is wrong with my mic. I'll just check real quick. And we have Prost in the lead again in front of Nigel Mansell, but Nigel Mansell is just 3.7 seconds behind him. I see we don't have any viewers anymore, so... yeah. So Kwiatno also pitted, and now Häkkinen is back into P3. It seems like we saw just 2 drivers bottling their wins today, and that were Häkkinen and Stewart. Häkkinen drove into the wall just a few meters in front of the pit lane, so he didn't lose as much time as Stewart did. We had a lot of DNFs today. I think the most in this season until this point. But with these tricky conditions, this was to be awaited. And where we saw Strivels in the middle of a fight, stuck behind one of the Brazil cars. And Agostini P4 while Prost drives the fastest lap. Mansell seems to be slower than Prost at the moment. There Kubica trying to make a move again. But he loses a bit of time to Stibbles in front of him. Now Stibbles tries to make a move on the Brazil, and Sequagat also fails. There we see Chirac then running in P6. It seems like that he lost some time in the pits, because he was P3 before the pit stops, and now he's P6. Maybe the pit crew fucked his pit stop up. Stewart now P15 because of the DNFs. He recovered a bit, if you can describe it like that, but now let's just see if there are any people left. The last few laps could get pretty boring now. Yeah. There's nobody watching anymore, but it was to be waited. So it's going to be interesting to see if Prost is able to keep the lead, but looking back, and forget about round 2. Prost always gets his job done, but now he needs to overlap one of the Brazil cars in front of him, which could cost him some time, and could cost him the edge. So let's see if the presidency car makes place for him. I think Prost needed to make a move to get past the presidency cars. While we watch one of the Audis still stuck behind the presidency car. Stibbles needs to have patience, strong as metal at the moment. The presidency guys are making a lot of mistakes. Maybe the team chef on presidency racing needs to look into the data and get some different drivers in for next round. But I don't want to speculate on such things. Every driver on the track is risking his life. Is risking his life for glory and to be the champion of champions. Or the champion of nations, how you want to call it. Now Kubica wants to make a move on Stills, but fails to do so. But now he can make it stick maybe. It doesn't seem like it now. He needs to defend against one of the Baltic tags, Marco Matten. His teammate Marco Asma just bottled it. Now we see Häkkinen again and P3. There isn't much happening on the track right now. We have a new fan comment, hashtag Imola GP4. What happened to Häkkinen? He is gone off the track 3 turns before the pit line and lost his front wing, needed to get back to the pits and needed to make a pit stop that cost him a lot of time. That's why we have now Prost in the lead, why we have a yellow sector. But that cleared up pretty fast again. Also, one of the Primas just had an engine failure in the meantime. Around the same time as Häkkinen bottled it. Now Mansell is overlapping Marcus. I can't wait right now without me to cry. So Mansell is just 4 seconds behind Prost, and he doesn't seem very slow, so he could still make it, still try to catch him up. While Kubica sets the fastest lap again, while he is stuck behind Luciano Botti. So the fight for the points is also going to be really interesting. If Kubica can make it past the Brazilian Sika, he can maybe fight for more points. But he needs to get past him first, and he just can't. He's way faster, he's the fastest on the grid right now, and he just can't make it past the Brazilian Sika. So, how big are the gaps? So, Kubica, Martin, Montero are all in a close window, then Stewart 16 seconds. And Martin at 30 seconds behind him. Still, the Brazilian Circa in front of Kubica is just standing there like a stone wall. Häkkinen is catched up by the Prima and the Russian racing car behind him. Now Kubica is trying to make a move on Bertie and gives him a little touch. Pushing him on the edge, maybe applying a bit of mental pressure so he makes a mistake. And we have another comment, hashtag Imola GP4. Come on, Nigel, keep P2, don't take too many risks to get Prost. Well, there could be a plan, but I think Nigel knows how he is under pressure or by the team. And I think if he gets a chance to catch up to Prost and win this race, I think he will. We have another comment again, hashtag Imola GP4, disqualify Bertie. He's still under investigation for driving into the back of Lucas at the beginning of the race. Another comment, hashtag Imola GP4, disqualify Prost. No, I won't. He hasn't done anything. Before I can make any decisions, I need to rewatch the scene. So there we have Prost. In last sector, Mansell was able to catch him up by 2/10. Let's see how this is going to develop. The presidency car is standing there like a stone wall. Still, Kubica can't get past, and it isn't Kubica anymore. It's now Stibbles. It can be that Kubica just whacked his tires. And Mansell is how far ahead of Häkkinen? 6.5 seconds, it seems. Stibbles is now P16. What happened to Stibbles? Stibbles is now P16. It seems like he made a mistake and there wasn't any yellow flags, so... new comment. Hashtag Imola GP for Britain and Poland declare war on Brazil. Well, there were some past events.
Official announcement. Luciano Berti has been disqualified from the Imola GP4 Grand Prix.
Well, I wanted to announce 5 or 10 second time penalty or something like that. Well, I'm still going to rewatch the scene, see if he just drove into the back or if he has a blocked tire or anything. So, there were some past events who was counted in the list by one of our fans. So, one of the Brazil cars took out Lucas in Australia in round 1, or Fittipaldi. That's still one of the biggest scenes that Nations Cup ever had. Fittipaldi driving into the back of Kubica while they were driving in P1 and P2 back in Spa in pre-season. And now Berti is driving into the back of Lucas and is holding off, and now Berti seems to have problems. He's now P12. That could be calmer now. So now Robert Kubica is now P10 in the points. Berti got some problems. Hashtag Imola GP4 a proof of this message. Maybe it was the fan message I read before. So Kubica is now P10. Both the Audi and the Team Polska now passed with the Brazilian car after over 10 laps, and there was Beltatex doing a mistake again. They don't really want to get more points than the one that they got in Australia back in round 1. There we have Mansell P2, Agostini P4. And Porti is crashing! Porti is crashing in Sector 2. He just gone way too wide and put his car into the wall. So I guess there aren't any in-race penalties necessary, but he will get 3 penalty points for causing an accident after the race. I don't know if this will give him a race win or not. So Mansell's now 6 seconds behind Prost. If Prost doesn't hit the killer with his tires, I think he has this win in his pockets. His teammate LACMP 7, not a great result by him again. He's underperforming because the car seems to be really fast now. Still tries to make a move on Tasso Marquez in P14. While Prost is charging down the hill. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Prost. It was LAC. So I want to say Prost overlapped both of them a long time ago. Sybil's trying to make a move on the Brazilian car again. Couldn't make it stick. The Brazilian C cars are like brick walls. That's the view from Marcus back to Stibbles and Lacey. Lacey is maybe thinking to himself, when are these guys giving me the space to overlap them? But I think Marcus and Stibbles are way too much into their fight right now. It's interesting to see how, because Stewart and Häkkinen bottled both of their races, Prost is able to get a win again. If both drivers would have driven a clean race, Prost would have got P3 maximum. Kubica is 9 seconds behind Schumacher because of the blockage that Luciano Burti was. But he destroyed his tires while defending against Kubica. He was just way too fast, and that maybe caused him to go off in Sector 3 2 laps ago. So now 4 laps remaining. It seems like Häkkinen loses time to Agostini. Now LAC is overlapping the Brzezinski car, who's now giving him the room to overtake him. Both are giving LAC the room to overtake them. Brilliant by both of them that they are fair. Now the fight between Marcus and Stibbles can continue. So the highest gain is made by LAC 7. He gained 7 positions. Agostini gained 5. Kvyat gained 5. Kubica gained 5. But it's mainly because so many people were crashing out while the track was the track was drying down. And we have another yellow sector. And that's Marco Martin. So both Baltic tags again out of the race. I think it could be the car. It seems to be that that this isn't a driver's problem. So we still have a yellow sector, and that now we have a racing from 3. Interesting that the best battle we have right now is for P14 against Marquez and Stibbles. Now Stibbles is trying to make a move again, and that was close. Stibbles could have risked it, but Mansell driving pretty safely. doesn't risk too much. Maybe the team told him to don't risk it and just drive P2 home. And there's Marcus. So there are only four people driving right now that wouldn't get any points, and these are Montero, Stewart, Marquez, and Stibbles. We have 3 did not finishes at the moment. And there is Prost. Prost is dominating again, mainly because he saw 2 drivers crashing in front of him, bottling their races. He is just there when he doesn't have the quali pace to pick up the places and still win, even if he doesn't have the fastest car on the track. There we have Kubica, P10, again recovering from a bad qualifying into the points. The race could have gone better if the Brazilian C car wouldn't have blocked him. But still, his race pace looks good. And let's hope that he does better next round. It's crucial that he gets better in the qualifying pace. There's Mansell again. I think none of the drivers is going to bottle it now. So we are now into the final lap of Imola GP4. With now Mansell in P2. Hakkinen still has P3. Just watching him drive so smoothly around the corners. It's just the sight. The car really seems to work well on this track. Still hasn't made it past Marquez. There we have Hakkinen P3. Now we have Stibbles again. Now we look to Stibbles again, I mean. And he's trying to make a move again, but nope. He should wait. He should wait for the hairpin, not the hairpin, the chicane, and before start finish line to make a move. So Prost has won. Prost has won the Imola GP4, his 3rd win in a 4th race. The car is just working perfectly. His contestants just make mistakes. And he is picking up the points. He is picking up the debris. And he is going home as 1st. With Mansell in P2, Hakkinen in P3, Agostini P4, and Kvyat P5. So that was an interesting race, especially in the middle when we came close to the first pit stops, when the conditions were extremely difficult for the drivers, and many were going off the track, including Hakkinen. So I can't show the exact data now, how many points every driver has. I'm going to post it later on Twitter again. Congratulations to Alan Prost, congratulations to FBR, congratulations to Cyril Abitable. Also congratulations to Generic Racing and Generic, and also JPS, our Linund, and Holko Carlson. Also Prima seems to be getting stronger and stronger, even if one of the drivers just DNF because of an engine failure again. And I hope next weekend we can finally stream as it was planned, and we have our normal commentators again.